Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Solaris, what are his role in the battle, and of course how can you actually use him more effectively in battle along with his passive and active skill. And we'll be discussing more about how you can actually use his passive skill and active skill efficiently, along with him tagging along with your army and so on. Alright, so without further ado, let's go jump straight into this. But yeah, of course, before we start, smash the like button and subscribe. Turn on the notification to all notifications so that you will not miss an upload or stream from my channel. Now, looking at the Solaris here, I have him on class 2. So I need to have 110 blueprints for me to get, to increase the class to class 3. Therefore, it unlocks 10 more upgrades. Now, looking at the stats right here, I have some upgrades on the HP, giving him more HP or hit points, and speed. He has the same speed as the Jaguars or the Hammers. Alright, where in turn, this is one of the fastest units on land. Okay, now, looking at the armor here, of course, I will have an armor for him to be a little bit more tankier. Okay, now, the next upgrade that I have planned for him is, of course, more armor, more HP, and then obviously the gun. Now, I also have some upgrades on the gun. If you guys notice that, you know, it reduces the reload time, the rotation of the weapon itself, and it also increases the range and increases the damage overall. Okay, now instead of upgrading this high capacity power system, etc., yes, this in fact, in turn gives more damage. However, it's just the damage. What we're focused on is that the ability to fire more often or faster reload time and deals more damage, has more range to, of course, dish out damage, and obviously the capability of turning its weapon faster. Alright, so looking at it here, he has the EM strike. Okay, so in a straight line of 2 cells wide, he can deal a devastating burst damage to whoever is in that line. Okay, so basically speaking, the farther the target is to the line, as long as it is in the line, then the lesser damage it will take. Now, this is all according to my experience. The closer the target is to the line or to the Solaris, then yeah, the higher the damage will be. Okay, so distance of activation is 10.22 cells. That's actually quite far, to be honest. It's almost as it almost has the same range as that of the construction yard, which has 11 radius of construction. Time of preparing the fire is 1.4 seconds, where in which if you activated the skill, it needs to have like 1.4 seconds to activate the skill itself. Okay, so the stream width, this means that the skill's active area of effect is 2 cells, as explained right here. Therefore, the cooldown. Okay, now here's the damage that it can do. So he is most effective against heavy armored units such as Jaguars, Zeus, Shield, Chameleon, and so on and so forth. He is also very effective when it comes to Navy itself, like Vikings, Alligators, and so on. By the way, at max, the range of the Solaris is 9.5. Alright, I'm not entirely sure about that, although I think it was 9.5, if I remember correctly. So he pretty much outranges that a Jaguar. Alright, so he outranges a Jaguar and an Alligator and a Viking easily, because a Viking and an Alligator has a range of 8. Yeah, it has a range of 8. So, with a gold vehicle attack boost, he can then go over 10 cells or 10.5, meaning he has the same range as that of a rocket tower without a gold defense boost. Alright, at max, a rocket tower can have 10.5 range. Okay, now going back to the Solaris chain ability. Alright, now this chain ability is very, 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 very useful, because it can strike up to 4 enemy units around the main target with chain lightning effect. So basically, that chain lightning effect bounces from one unit to the other as long as it is within 3 cells away from the primary target. Okay, so yes, Now, looking at it here, the cooldown is somewhat short. It can be a little bit shorter as you increase the class. Okay, the damage is not entirely that bad. Okay, and the distance of activation is 8 cells. So basically speaking, this passive ability, you need to get closer, or yeah, closer to the enemy to activate the passive skill. Explosion radius is 7.7 cells. So that's not bad. Distance of chain lightning activation. Okay, now the reduction of 30% as it jumps over to the other target. So, say for example, the damage is somewhat 10,000, so you deduct 30% and then 30% to the other target up until the 4th target. Okay, so that's how it works. And the time wherein this passive ability can be used again is 29.2 seconds. It can be shorter as you increase the class. Now, looking at the class, okay, so the class, as you guys can see, you will increase the effectivity, the damage, and also the reduction of consecutive strike damage by 4% on the passive, 0.09 seconds on the skill cooldown, and time for the active cooldown or active skill is 1.4, increased damage for both as well. Alright, so that's actually very, very good and useful as well. Now, looking at the Solaris right here, he has a ton of burst damage. Okay, so what I mean about burst damage is that he deals a tremendous amount of damage in a burst form, meaning he can fire one time and then deal a huge ton of damage. Now, the rate of fire is 23. It can be a lot better with upgrading the weapon. Okay, and then of course, the accuracy still needs work, so I really need to upgrade this to increase the accuracy, because if your Solaris does have a ton of damage, it won't really matter if it doesn't hit the target. Alright? Doesn't really matter. Explosion radius is 1 cell. That's not bad. Okay? So his passive ability makes him very effective against JCP or Jaguar Chameleon Porcupine. He's very effective against those. He's also very effective against infantry, although it's not the primary target, of course. You don't want to activate your passive ability on infantries alone unless you have no choice, and so on. Okay. Now, we move on to his role in combat and how to use his EM Strike active ability more efficiently. Let's go straight into it. By the way, here goes, we jump straight into the battlefield, and as you guys can see, you need an X facility for you to produce the heroes themselves. And obviously, you also need a vehicle factory for you to unlock the X facility. Alright? Now, you need a special vehicle or a vehicle factory on a level 3 so that you can unlock the X facility on level 3 as well. By the way, you also need to have a level 4 HQ for you to upgrade the X facility onto level 3. Okay, so we're gonna have to go for level 2. Level 3 requirement has been met for the vehicle factory. I have level 4 HQ, and then all we need to have is the X facility. And here goes, the X facility is done. Now, if you notice, you only need to consume 4 uranium for you to use him in a specific battle. Now, keep in mind that you need to use the uranium once each battle, as for you to just unlock the hero for you to use him as many times as you want within a battle. Okay, so we use the uranium. Satisfying sound right there. And then you need 1000 resources and 12 command points for you to somehow use the Solaris. Now let's go ahead and produce him. There goes, he's now being produced. Okay, and so the Solaris is out of the X facility, and then you guys will actually notice that there's actually 2 range here. Now, the rotating circle with an arrow pointing inwards is the skill activation range. And then the one that's like, you know, the circular thing that is in static and it will move according to his location. Alright, that's the skill, or that's actually the range of the weapon itself. Okay, so yeah. Now, if you notice guys, Solaris is actually hovering above the ground, and you can actually use him on land and on water. Now, keep in mind that you need beaches or shores like this, alright, in order for him to move on land and or the ocean. Okay, so just like that. Now he does have a weakness when it comes to the Avia. Alright, so don't always use him whenever you don't have a Typhoon. Always have a Typhoon with him, especially if you're on land. And then of course a Delta or a Poseidon depending on which type of Avia the enemy has. Mainly Hawks, go for Poseidon, just a little bit of Poseidon, or have your own Vertex to cover him against the Hawks. Okay, now keep in mind guys that you can always have him go with your main army. Though keep in mind that his speed is actually better than that of your Zeus. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and show you how it ends up here. Okay, so he can go on the water. Okay. There goes. And now he is on water. He can safely move on land and on the water like that of a Delta. Okay. Now, if you guys noticed, his passive skill does not give you anything or whatever. You know, like you just need to tap on somewhere within the range of the skill. Okay. Now, if you tap on the skill itself, it will actually prompt you or show you the range of the skill wherein which you can activate it. Alright, so let's go ahead and choose that. Okay, and it destroyed that gun tower quite easily along with the wall. So basically everything that is in front of him while him activating his skill or active skill basically will be destroyed immediately or instantly. Alright, or be dealt a huge ton of damage. Okay, let's wait for the skill to cool down. And then I'll show you a more effective way of using his active skill. Alright, and so we go back to the Solaris here. Again, he can always engage the naval army. He is completely immune to torpedoes, completely immune to minefields. Alright, his only weakness is that of an Avia since he doesn't have an anti-air. But of course, to compensate for that, he has a huge chunk of damage and he is solely pure for offensive usage. Alright. Even an alligator can be outranged by this guy right here quite easily. With the remove, you know, with the boost of gold naval strike being removed, the alligators can no longer attack him effectively. Alright, and so we move on to activating the skill once more. Now, I can actually move him into a better angle because everything in his path can be destroyed or badly damaged with his active skill. So we're going to go ahead and use his active skill in such a way. So we're going to go ahead and align him, okay, like this, and then activate the skill in the middle. Just like that, destroying 3 stuff at the same time with the active skill. Or this can be applied on a formation of alligators on the ocean. You can move at the bottom, at the bottom of those alligators that are in a good line formation, and then activate the active skill for maximum damage. Okay, so yeah, that's how you actually use it. Now, as for the passive skill, wait, let me just show you how good he is when it comes to the ocean. Completely untouchable by naval platforms, so you can actually use him to sabotage the ocean when it comes to the enemy just spamming naval platforms and no navy. Alright, so yeah. Now, given this scenario, you can just have a Typhoon around here, or a Typhoon around here, or a Typhoon around here in case the enemy might have Avia. Okay, so yeah, just like that. He is actually faster than an alligator, so an alligator chasing him would not be a very good idea. Okay, and he outranges the alligators themselves. So, he's also invulnerable against any form of torpedo like Barracuda. So a Barracuda needs to activate the second weapon, needs the long-range missile in order for you to hit him. However, if he's moving around, good luck with that. Okay, and so you do not need to activate the skill on a specific building alone, given that the damage can be incurred on a straight line. So I'll show you another application, another sample wherein which you can activate the skill more effectively. Okay, given this scenario right here, there's like defensive buildings right there. Okay, and I'm going to have to activate the defensive building, or pretty much in the middle section of this path right here. Boom! See? Just like that. And we need to see if he actually damaged that power plant at the very edge. We need to take that. Confirm. Yes, he did. But I failed to damage the construction yard. So, yeah. We need to move him away. By the way, using a gold scouting or a vehicle scouting boost enables him to escape situations that are quite bad at a very fast rate, since it increases the speed of the units by 20%. Alright, and he already is as fast as a Jaguar or that of a Hammer. Okay, now let's go ahead and demonstrate the passive, or yeah, the passive skill. Let's go ahead and do that. Have him move on the land. And here goes. We'll have that, we'll have him destroy that Jaguar right there. Nice job. And then, passive skill activated. Just like that. So any units that are 3 cells close to each other will take the damage of those passive skill, or his passive skill when it activates. Okay, so just like that. Okay, his weakness is Avia. You only need to have a Typhoon. Just like that. So yeah, basically that's how you use him. Now again guys, do not make this mistake. Okay, I'll show you a quick mistake mostly done by beginners. Okay, and here goes. Most oftenly beginners do have the Solaris at the back. And even if you move him around there, now guys, keep in mind that everything in front of him, as long as it is in front of him, if you activate the active skill, your units will also take damage, as you guys can see right here. Although the damage is not game changing, but still it damages your units, so better keep that in mind. Now, what I would highly recommend is that for you to move the Solaris outside the range, or not in front of your units, as long as it's the units, your army is not in front of him. That would be a cue for you to activate the active skill. Now it would be best if you could move on a better line for you to activate the skill due to a better angle, wherein which the skill will be activated more effectively, as it will hit more targets than that of a straight line, given this scenario. Alright, so I think that's about it. And yeah, his role in combat is actually a main damage dealer, so you can actually use him in any form of situation, especially if your enemy doesn't have Avia. Now if they have Avia, he can usually tank a lot of damage before going down, so you do have an ample amount of time to have him be within range of your Typhoons or anti-air, or have time to even cover him with your Vertex. So I'm just letting you know about this, that again, he is immune to all forms of minefields, immune to all forms of torpedoes, and can pretty much outrange all the alligators or boat navy except for T3, which is Barracuda and Poseidon's weapon. Although hitting him with those would be super duper hard, as obviously you will have him be on the move most of the time for you to somewhat avoid taking damage from those units. Now, yeah, basically that's how you use them. Alright, well, if you guys enjoyed the video, go on ahead, smash the like button, and of course subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification to all notification so that you will not miss an upload or stream from my channel. Likewise, thank you for watching, have a great day, and good luck with your battles. Bye! Says, really takes damage. I guess GG should remove that, or it would be fair to just move him away. That would be a lot easier. Yeah. GG. Bye.